All right, well, welcome back to another week of posting. Last Monday ended up being pretty busy, so I decided to hold off on posting last week. Also, if you can hear my voice a little bit, I have a little bit of stuffy nose, so that would be definitely something to pray for as well. Not so bad as like the flu or anything, but definitely enough to kind of slow me down a little bit. But also, another thing, as I'm looking at my phone right now, one of the prayer requests that I would have as I go through the next couple weeks, is my phone situation right now. So as I'm looking at my phone right now, it's basically purple and mostly black, and that's because the screen got a little bit of water in there, and so now it's like slowly gotten a lot darker, and so it's really hard to see. But the camera is really good, so I'm sure it's looking fine. But yeah, I am trying to figure out which phone I'm gonna get now, and whether or not I can have it brought over here by another missionary. Because if you import one, it's through like through Tokopedia or whatever, it's a lot more expensive. So if I bring it through a missionary, it's a lot cheaper. So yeah, if you could just pray that all of that would get worked out well, and that all the little details with that would get worked out. Or maybe I'll have to just buy one here. But yeah, that's something I'm just thinking through and praying through right now. So feel free to pray about that. But really, the main thing that I would like to say for this week is for praise report. I would just say that this last week went really well. My two friends from America, well, one who lives in Hong Kong, but they're both from America. They both came and they got to see Salatiga and a couple of other places as well that were super beautiful. And they really had a great time getting to see what my life looks like here in town, and then just abroad as well, what the country looks like. So yeah, thanks for everyone who was praying for their trip. They had all the flights were safe. The trip went super smoothly. We didn't really have any hiccups at all. So thank you to everyone who was out there praying for that. And then also pray. I think I've already said this, but basically we got our kitas now, and that means we also got our driver's license for cars and motorcycles. So now we can go um, pretty much anywhere on a motorcycle or a car. So that's a huge praise. So really glad to finally get that in. The only thing left would just be a bank account. So yeah, that will be something that I'll be trying to do either this week or next. It's not a super huge rush, but yeah, it'll be really nice when buying plane tickets and things like that. You can do it a lot more um, easily and different things like that. There's a lot of things you can do with a bank account here that you can't otherwise. So yeah, that would be a good thing to pray for. But yeah, things have been going really great here. A lot of things to be praising God for. But yeah, in terms of prayer requests, for basically, I think the biggest one that I would say to pray for would just be basically all my trips are done now. I've basically gone I've done every single area that we've ministered here. So my picture of what we do here in Indonesia is like, I would say, super complete now. But now I finally can get back down into, just going, day after day, hour after hour, just finishing my Indonesian language and culture study. So I would just pray, or I would just ask that you guys would pray for diligence, that I would just really just get my sleep schedule back in order because just going on so many trips, I would say my sleep schedule is not where I want it to be. So just all of the different habits that I had before I was going on all these trips, just get everything back to where it was basically before November, because I started going to Manado and different places around mid-November. So yeah, just please pray for diligence to get everything back in schedule so I can really. My goal would be to have the language and culture part of things done before I go on furlough, hopefully in September or October. So that's kind of my long-term goal. And then obviously that would be all within, my moving dates and things like that, going to wherever I end up. So that's kind of the main thing. Also, just be praying for as I make my final decisions for where I'm going to move. That would be a big prayer request as well. But I would say the big thing would just be diligence and getting everything back on schedule and getting all my session times in order, and everything going back fully and smoothly. So thank you to everybody who's out there praying. and everything should be pretty regular from here on out. So I should see you guys next week. So thank you guys who are on the prayer team for just constantly lifting things up in prayer, and hopefully I can be able to see the screen coming in the future as well.